Really?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
People call him and ask him like Seinfeld trivia questions. He like nails them almost every time. Every time.
Really? Because Paul he's pretty serious about his Seinfeld. Maybe you should probably like try to bone up a little bit on it because he's pretty ruthless with it. He will destroy you.
The name of the gym teacher who was overseeing that race between Jerry and his high school rival.
No pressure though.
Yeah, I mean, no pressure.
I don't know. Next.
Really?
Next, I don't know.
In that same episode, Jerry is dating a girl with a very special name. Who is this girl? What's her name?
Are you cracking right now?
Terry.
Who directed the pilot?
Yeah, that's easy.
Seinfeld.
That's easy.
That's not easy. I don't know who.
We've had this guy on our show before.
Okay, he was on our show.
Oh, hey, Paul.
I was listening on the way in from the hallway.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
They were tough.
The gym teacher.
Yeah?
Mr. Bevilacqua.
He's right there.
The girlfriend. Lois.
That's right.
Lois.
Like Lois
as
Lane.
in Lois Lane.
Yes. That's correct.
Right?
Yeah.
You got it now?
That's correct.
The director of the pilot, Art Wolff.
Art Wolff.
Yeah, he was. He was on our show.
No one messes with my boy here. That's it.
I'm going to go to the bathroom.
You might be my new co-host.
We're here talking about Father vs. Son, the movie that Paul and I co-wrote. Paul stars in, and I directed. And thanks very much for tuning in, guys.
Yeah. Now,
Hi, everybody.
How did this get started? You guys came up with the idea together, or?
Yeah. It came about because I have a very funny father, and Paul had a very funny father as well. And so I think everyone has really hilarious stories about their dad. And so my dad's very much the life of the party. And Paul and I we weren't in a class at USC. Paul taught the very first film class at USC that I ever took when I got into the film school at USC. So I kind of had this crazy idea about what if a father and son fell in love with the same woman.
Nice.
Newly divorced father and a sort of 20-something son. Because Paul and I, we hang out and both single swinging guys, and so we would share these great horror stories about dating. And I found it hilarious that we kind of had the same horror stories, even though
30 years different.
Yeah, there's a complete difference. There's a century large difference there.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, but there's a large difference, but it still sucks. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. It kind of sucks. There's great comedy all around. So it crosses generations. And I just thought, gosh, wouldn't that be funny to see these sort of these two guys on a bit of an adventure trying to find love together.
John, you're on the air.
Very nice. I wanted to know, this film you guys are talking about, Father vs. Son, it is a comedy, is it not? Where have you guys submitted this to? I mean, how many festivals has it been submitted to, if any? I want to know, so I can find this.
We've been in a lot of festivals. You can actually see all of our laurels up at fatherversussonmovie.com. We got a lot of a lot of laurels up there, man.
You guys have won a lot of awards.
We've won a lot of stuff. We won the best film at the best new film at the Houston Worldwide Film Festival, and a ton of stuff. So John, we've been making the circuit round, and now we're going to be distributed in online, on demand, on DVD, everywhere, December 6th. So you will be able to see this movie.
Nice.
But yeah, we just played the Beverly Hills New Media Film Festival. We're going to be at the Idlewild Film Festival in January. So yeah, man, we're still going.
That I only signed on to write the film with Joe. Joe had the idea, and he said, "We want to do this together." I said, "Great." We had a great summer writing together.
Yeah.
And then the writers' strike happened, and we put the script aside, and we sort of, Joe and I, we couldn't work, we couldn't do much because of the strike. And then Joe got Michael Huffington, who's one of our producers, along with Brian Crew, who's a wonderful producer, who are two producers. And Michael Huffington financed the film, and he called me and he said, "We've got the financing to make Father versus Son." And then he dropped a bomb on me. I had to pull off the side of I was in the car. He said, "You're going to play Jerry."
All right.
The father. That was a total surprise to me.
Really?
He always knew he was going to spring it on me. I had no idea.
Yeah, because when we would write the script, we would read it out loud before sort of starting to rewrite it and everything to really get into it. And so I always had, so Paul would read the father part and I would read the son part. And so I would always hear Jerry's voice in Paul's voice, and you can hear his voice. He has a very distinct, very clear, comedic voice. So if you're listening out there, you can actually cast him in pretty much anything, and it will bring a lot of life to it.
Don't do nudity, though.
He has a body double for that. A 6-pack body double.
So you're saying he can basically play any role, too?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Like,
did you see Drive?
No, I haven't seen Drive.
Well, he could have played Ryan Gosling's part
Whoa.
easily.
Played the driver.
Easily.
Or Albert Brooks's part.
Or Albert Brooks's part.
That I could have done.
Yeah, that he could have done.
Should we go to Jim?
Not as well as Albert, though.
Check out Jim.
Let's go to Jim online, too. The number's 800-405-6425. Jim, you're on the air.
Hi, I'm sorry if I missed this, but I just wondered, how do you see the movie Father vs. Son? Where will we be able to see it?
Hey, Jim. You will be able to see it. You can either get it at Amazon.com on DVD. You'll be able to buy it at Best Buy. You'll be able to download it on iTunes. You'll be able to watch it on Netflix streaming. Whole slew, VOD, DVD, online. Just go to fathervssonmovie.com. Father, FVS, movie, FVSSonmovie.com. And you'll be able to see the trailer there and links to how you can watch it online.
And I just
okay, yeah, I did see the trailer. It looks really funny. I want to see the whole movie.
Did you notice who was in that trailer? Did you notice we
Paul Wolff?
No, but besides me, we have wonderful actors in the movie. I don't want to hog the airspace. Josh Dean plays my son. He's a wonderful comedic actor.
He was very funny, yeah.
Very funny, wonderful actor, an improvisational actor of the highest order. And he came to us when we were casting. We were having we couldn't find the son. You know, we found a lot of people, but Joe wasn't quite happy. And then Eric Stonestreet, who won the Emmy last year for Modern Family. Eric plays a big part in the film, and Eric was instrumental in helping us get the movie made. He helped us in casting. He found Josh Dean for us, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
yes.
When you see the film, there's a big lesbian bachelor party in the film, which is a lot of fun, which we filmed at Eric's house.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah,
wow. He was very helpful.
You're very, very helpful.
Yeah. Nice. He was very instrumental in finding Josh and just really being a big help and a big proponent of it.
And then I would be remiss not to mention Heather
Stevens,
who plays the love interest.
She's the Versus.
She's the Versus.
She's the Versus. And Heather is an extraordinary actress.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, we lost him. We're losing him.
Keep talking. He can still hear.
Well, Heather's an extraordinary actress, and she actually she auditioned for the role at the last minute, and Heather actually was very helpful to me personally, as was Eric, in showing me how to work for the camera.
I just wanted to sit up.
Yeah,
straight.
Eric was very. Yeah, Eric was good.
There?
He would sort of he would sort of help you out with little comedic bumps in here and there.
Yeah, no, he would I had the part down, but I didn't really have a lot of experience in finding marks and working for the camera.
Oh, sure.
Joe was doing a lot of elaborate moves, and Eric would be behind me with his finger, poking me in the back to the right and to the left, showing me where to go.
Find your light.
And Heather was extraordinary because she also teaches acting. Mm-hmm. And I just learned so much just watching her do take after take. Like, Josh is very improvisational, and so is Eric. They'll do what's on the page, but then they'll do other stuff too.
Yeah.
Some of which is in the film that you use.
Yeah, we have a whole sort of deleted scenes bloopers segment of the DVD dedicated just to sort of the improv stuff of Josh and Eric and Heather and Paul, just sort of when they really went off page, which is really fun. I highly recommend going off page as long as it serves the story, because it's very easy for actors to go off page, but it has to kind of serve the story. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of jokes.
Right.
Which is always fun.
Like when I auditioned for Men in Black 3.
Oh, I heard you auditioned for Men in Black 3.
I'm just kidding. Can I point something out, though, real fast?
Yeah.
Now, you've said that the movie's going to be available December 6th.
Yeah.
But let's point out, that's Tuesday.
Oh, is that Tuesday?
That's Tuesday.
That's
Tuesday.
this Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's this coming Tuesday. So
that's amazing. Tuesday, gang.
Everybody, free up your Tuesday night and watch Father vs. Son.
I'm not very good at math, so that's just very helpful to say
okay.
Tuesday. That's fantastic.
Tuesday, baby.
Tuesday is Father vs. Sunday here at Acting Up.
Yes.
And around the
Can
world.
you guys hear me still?
Yes,
you're on.
now
Okay.
yes.
When you hit that with your knee, that's what I was trying to mention. This station's falling apart tonight.
Well, it's almost the New Year, you know. It's kind of we're in that period between Thanksgiving and Christmas when it's sort of like, you know, finals week for the seniors in high school. You know what I mean?
You
It's
guys have
like,
senioritis right now.
yeah,
We do, yeah.
the kids are showing up, but maybe they're not sticking around all day. You know how it goes. You were in high school twice, weren't you?
Me? I was in high school like 4 years.
I spent
okay.
8 years in high school. It was fantastic.
Now, how was it hard to find the Heather, the Heather Stevens
Yes,
role?
it was very difficult actually. We had a lot of callbacks for a lot of actresses to come in, and they came in and you know, we just kept calling them back, and they were really good. They were very talented, but just something wasn't clicking there, and it was just during callbacks that Heather came in. And yes, she had just come in from New York, and she had that red hair and was pretty just excellent in the room. We didn't even have a question. We didn't call her back. We just said, cool. And that's
Wow.
it. She left the room. We were like, that's her. That's
Wow.
it. Because, I don't know, it's if you ever have auditioned for any parts or anything like that. You guys know the other side of the camera, but behind the camera, you desperately want that actor to be perfect.
Yeah.
You know, you're not on your BlackBerry being like, oh, this is boring. You are desperately, you want them to succeed so bad. And so when she came in, she was just effortless, had grace and poise and fire and comedy, and you could tell a real strength that she was able to hold her own against all these other lunatics in the room. That it was done.
Oh,
it
Eric was there?
Yeah. She was
Oh, that's
phenomenal.
great.
Same thing happened with Josh Dean because he was away. He was doing improv around the States or just in Canada, or he was doing a lot of other things other than being in Los Angeles.
Clown stuff?
A lot of clown stuff. And so Stone Street said, look, you know, I got a guy. And so we auditioned all of these guys for grants. And again, they were good, but you know, sometimes they weren't hitting it. And it's just, you know, Paul and I had a very specific vision for who Grant was, and that he needed to be likable, but he also needed to be really sharp and
Have an edge.
Yeah, and have an edge to him. And literally same thing happened. Josh came in and was just hilarious, was very free, was very comedic, had a very great Jack Lemmon type quality, early Tom Hanks quality to him. You know, just a really sort of a great, fun, rubbery vibe to him where he was all over the place but really focused in a really fun, free way.
Yeah, he was also wanted to do his own stunts. He had done stunts
Really?
in Canada.
Yeah.
Joe wouldn't let him. We have a huge stunt where they go off he goes off the bridge into the river.
That's
a
right.
big dump, and he wanted to do that.
Yeah.
stunt,
Whoa.
But Joe wouldn't let him do it because that would be the end of the movie. He didn't come up.
Yeah.
But he was pissed. He wanted to do that.
Oh.
stunt.
Yeah, he really wanted to do it.
Was there a bike stunt too? Bicycle? I'm trying to remember a scene.
Big bites. Yeah, that bike
Yeah.
stunt was was pretty much a whole day. It was supposed to be half a day, but then it turned into a whole day. That bike stunt. You needed a lifeguard. I mean, turns out there's a lot of things that go into making a movie.
Yeah,
It's amazing. It's actually
happens,
a
huh?
lot of work. Yeah, we had a lifeguard there. We had the fire truck.
department. We had
Goodness.
His stuntman in a wig. It was fantastic.
Really?
It was really.
Yeah.
It was.
And then he had me doing some of my own stunts, like on the bike.
Really?
On the
Nice.
bike chase.
Yeah,
scene.
a word to first-time filmmakers: don't put your stunts up front. It just wears you out, wears out the crew, wears out the actors. Don't do
yeah.
that. It's not a good idea. No, we had a few complications with the stunt that.
First day of
leave it.
action.
You don't want to kill your
He
actor
almost
on
killed
the
me.
first day.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, but other than that, what's among friends? Who cares?
What almost happened to you?
Yeah, you
Can we
don't.
say-
No, you just.
No,
it was
we're doing the scene, which is I will say is one of my favorite scenes in the film because it's pure Chaplin. It's pure silent film. There's a lot of colors in the film. There's a lot of kinds of comedy, but this is totally silent comedy. It's us on bicycles,
Yes, I remember.
riding with the girl.
It
Remember
was
that?
very funny, yes.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And we're competing for the girl, but
Yeah.
on bikes.
Yeah.
So it's all done with our bodies and on bicycles. So we were doing it, and I was having a good time. I rode a lot of bikes as a kid and everything. But when it came to going downhill, then I got into a little trouble.
Yeah, because the day starts and everyone's just sort of riding bikes, and then they were feeling each other out. So they're feeling each other out, bumping into each other, feeling a little bit better about. Oh, now I can bump you a little bit harder. I'll bump you a little bit harder.
And then shiv you while we're
and then by by hour 3 of the bumping, it's like now let's go down this hill and bump each other. And that's
and an alarm went off in my head. I said, "Don't do this. This is not a good idea." And my ego said, "Yeah, I can do it. No problem. Let's go down the hill." And I tried to.
It's in the movie.
It's in the movie.
And everyone always goes,
I flew off that bike.
Oh man.
And landed, and it was this horrible moment. Like in a big football game when someone doesn't get up.
Yeah.
And he lays there.
It was his Rod Tidwell moment.
Everybody's in the stands, like praying that he'll get up. And I was laying there like a dead man.
Oh no!
I didn't know what happened to me. I was like, I was in shock.